going into the lawn. I grind further and further down, it's just doing more wear and tear on the machine. Wear your face shields on these jobs. I literally just had a rock fly up and between my face shield, hit me right in the neck. Just missed the face shield, so wear your freaking face shields. What the heck? So you'll notice on the front end of that, I kind of left the roots right over here. You'll remember here that I left some pretty good sized roots going into the lawn. You can't see them with this, you know, it's level here now, but you know, chasing those roots, then you start tearing up the lawn. So at what point you gotta decide at what point you're gonna stop grinding. All these jobs that I'm doing, this is for an HOA, and none of these have had the 811 called, where they check for, you know, lines underneath the ground and everything. I'm just doing the top surface of the stuff so that the stumps are hidden basically, and it looks decent from the curb. When I started stump grinding, I had to figure out how deep to grind, and like what most people say is you just grind like 12 inches, 18 inches so that the stump's gone basically. And I think there's always two ways to go about this. You can do surface level, because people don't always want to plant right over the top of that stump. They just want the stump to be gone and they want grass to be growing there. So that's what I usually do. I usually ask them, hey, what's the purpose here? Are we planting in the same spot, or are we just going, you know, we just want the stump to disappear? So because this is HOA, you know, and there's probably lines all through this lawns, I'm not going very deep, and we're just going to be able to help the resident cover that stump up with some new dirt and some grass seed, and it'll be grass again. Yeah, my theory on it is you don't always have to grind 12 inches, 18 inches down. Ask the customer what they need. If they don't need it ground down that far, then don't do it, you know? Also, wear and tear on your machine. We have a lot of rocks in this area, so I grind further and further down. It's just doing more wear and tear on the machine that's not necessary. Find out what the customer actually needs.
The grinder.
3200. Get out of here with your baby rake. This is a man's rake right here.
You might have more. You might have longer prongs, but I got more of them.
We're at our last stump now. I'll show it to you. It's a pine tree. Softest out of all that we've grinded so far. Well, I don't know if pine's softer than alder. They're both really soft. I left that one a little taller because I know that it's pine, and it's so soft I wasn't gonna worry about putting my saw in the dirt because it's like gonna grind like nothing. spread this just a little bit nicer here, polish it up because it needs to happen. But there you go. That stump's gone. And that marks the end of our stump grinding job. I don't know how many stumps that was. It was a few.
Seven.
Seven?
Yes, sir.
I'm being told 7, so we'll go with that. Let me know if you got any questions in the comments. I'll try to answer them for you. I'm a tree service. That's my daily job, but stump grinding is something I offer to my clients, and that's how I do it. So see you later.